I had a random thought, one of my little musings, and it's weird that I've decided to talk about Hotel Transylvania 4, Transformania, so many years after it was released. But, and it was only released in, like, Prime Video and stuff like that because of the pandemic all those years ago. But, yeah, I had a thought about it. I'm not sure how many people actually cared, but it's something that popped in my head, and I have to talk about it now. So I decided to make a video and put it up because I just my mind went to the major plot device, the monster transformation gun thing, the like weird crystal, that device, and my mind just kept going to it because, weirdly enough, I think I know how it works. I guarantee thinking about it has made me consider it more than the writers actually did themselves. Probably. But, yeah. If. Just a little theory about the universe, how the device worked, all of that. Because. Okay, well, anyway. If we are to assume that monsters in the Hotel Transylvania universe exist because they have an abundance of, well, for lack of a better term, referred to it as magical energy, paranormal force, whatever. The source of the supernatural, that is why they are what they are. Well, it seems to me that the transformation gun, let's just call it that, imbues or siphons, either imbues people with this paranormal magical energy, or siphons away that magical energy from something that has it, depending on the setting. If we are to assume all that, then that's essentially how the gun works. And the writers put a 24-hour, I think it was 24 hours, it was a short amount of time limit on it, or else the changes become permanent. I believe that is, and that was unnecessary. That ticking clock didn't have to be there in the plot line, but it doesn't ruin my theory about the device, because it was an unnatural occurrence. The monsters that were turned human, the monsters that were turned human, they were unnaturally done so. They would be stuck that way. Okay, so their natural magic was taken away, and Johnny became a monster when he was imbued with that energy. But it has that weird 24-hour clock thing. I think because it being in a natural occurrence, the changes would be sort of baked in. And so it cannot be reversed by the same method after the 24 hours is up. there is some evidence to this. I think there's some evidence to this. The scene with the zombie that became human again. We're like, oh, the curse is over now. And then got bit by the zombie again to become a zombie. That was not because of the gun. So he went back to being a zombie by being bitten by a zombie. That was a natural source of the excuse me. That was a natural source of that magical energy being imbued in someone. So and that's different. But conceivably, and there's no real evidence because it never really came up, he could be zapped again, but this time the energy not be siphoned away because he already was affected by the gun, perhaps. Or perhaps not. Again, I don't really know that. And it never came up. But I do believe it is a siphoning or imbuing of this energy, which also explains why it is nearly instantaneous when the zombie was hit, having very little energy, as opposed to the big powerful monsters that had been around for a while, having a much more energy to siphon when they were turned human. For example, it took perhaps the longest time for Drac to fully turn human. And so, yeah, this is just a random musing. This is a dumb little thing, and who really cares about the fourth Hotel Transylvania movie anyway? But I got on something, and I just decided to talk about it. And if you watched, if you listened to this, thank you very much. I do appreciate someone being around to listen to my loose brain nonsense. And I'll have to catch you guys again with something, whatever I decide to come up with next time. Whenever I think of something to make a video about and all that. Alright, well, see ya. Till next time. Stay tuned and all that.